editor-in-chief of LifeSet, Laura Ingraham. Nice to see you, Laura.
Good to see you.
Hard to believe. I mean, it's almost impossible to keep track of all these emails.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, they just keep popping up. It reminds me of the old billing records in the White House. Remember when the Rose Law Firm billing records just popped on a tabletop and they were under court order to turn over? We're going to see where this leads, but at the very least, the email that is highlighted today is the email that indicates that they knew all along that these BlackBerries were not secure, that the interconnectedness of the Clinton Foundation and the State Department was rank, and they're on an official trip, but they're communicating about the foundation. I mean, so I think most people that hear emails and their eyes probably do glaze over, but this does go kind of to the basic question of what is the public trust. You get the sense that when Hillary hears the phrase public trust, well, trust, I trust the public to work for me. And no, you're supposed to work for the public. And your focus is supposed to be on foreign policy and making our country safer and our allies safer. That's supposed to be the focus. But it seems like there were a lot of disparate focuses at the State Department during Hillary Clinton. What
I don't know is this. I mean, I'm not excusing her using a private server, but there have been indications in these emails, and we say it's a new email. It's only, I guess, it's only a new email to us in the sense that I guess it's not newly discovered on some server or anything. I've seen more than one email showing that people who work very closely to her and have for years have known about this, and I think to myself, didn't they have, the courage, the guts, the stamina, the sense, the brains, to say something?
Yeah, well, it's, yes. Well, I mean, the old line, is there no shame? I mean, you are supposed to be working during your work time for the public. You're working in the public interest.
I'm not saying that they should have said to her, we shouldn't be doing this.
Oh, yeah, because, again, people have gone to jail for this. You can't keep government communications on servers that are hackable. I mean, everything's hackable, but as we heard from government testimony, it was less secure than Google. So, yeah, they all knew that, but she knew that in that email, you saw that Huma Abedin understood that this stuff was not secure. We left the BlackBerries on the plane, so the other ways that they had communicated. You know, was other interesting development from the Citizens United request is that these documents apparently are going to be coming out until 2018. The document production is going to continue, and this could actually be going on until the next midterm election cycle. That's how many documents they are holding back until the court order is fully executed.
I think that the people will get bored about it, hearing them every day.
If she wins, it's kind of, people are going to say it's irrelevant, right? She wins.
Let's turn to the debate, which I think is going to decide this.
It's going to be a big one, absolutely.
Because that gets the independents and the undecideds. Yeah. Donald Trump, at least the New York Times today, it said that Secretary Clinton was going to try to get under his skin.
Well, yeah, I mean, Kellyanne Fitzpatrick's an old friend of mine. I was joking the other day saying, Kellyanne, if I'm Hillary Clinton, I'm going to push every button. I got to push every button because what they want him to do is to react and be his stereotype. He needs to reassure the public. He needs to, when she picks it up to a fever pitch, he needs to bring it down. I mean, there are performance things that even Reagan had to practice. And President Reagan was governor of California. He did debate practice. I mean, you have to do it. I think people tend to.
Trump, at least the one thing I read, that he wasn't doing debate. He was having hamburgers and something else at some country club. They wasn't going to stand at the podium and practice.
Well, I don't know what they're going to do ultimately, but I think if I could advise, on the air, which I've been doing on the radio about this, I'd take it seriously. It's not like you have to know every fact who's the president of Moldova. You're not going to know that stuff. But when stuff is sprung on you that you don't know, no one knows everything. Especially he's not going to know those little tiny things. You have to know how to pivot and then get back to the central question of the status quo is unacceptable to most Americans. I'm going to change that. And if you want a job, you're going to have more money in your pocket. To me, that's the message. It has to be a message of stability, reassurance. And I think, in the end, it has to be this country is going to get better when my policies are put in place. And, he's either going to do that or he's not. But I think you do need to practice. I mean, look, people do it different ways. But I worked for President Reagan, so I always think of the way he did things. And he was a master performer. Let's not forget it.
Well, we're all waiting for that first debate.
It's a big one for sure.
Anyway, Laura, thank you.